Alright, so I'm gonna make another video on this right here. So what I'm gonna do today is change the rear wheel cylinders, which there's probably a million videos on YouTube of how to do this, but figured I might as well make one. Yeah, I know that tire's low. That tire there has a leak, but that wheel cylinder on this side is leaking. I'm gonna go ahead and change both sides because I have them. So I'm get the car jacked up and hopefully it doesn't fall. If you jack it up under the rear end on one of these cars, it ends up putting you way too far up under here to be able to get to the lug nuts or anything. Alright, now I've just remembered I gotta get some stuff out of the trunk. Alright, so I got me a bucket to sit on. You can pop the hubcap off. Lay that right there. So I probably should have took the lug nuts loose before I jacked it up, but oh well. I need something to sit the camera on with. Maybe y'all can get a halfway decent view of this. And I know the lighting's not that great over here. There. That one. That one. Alright, this is the side here that's leaking. I probably need to put some anti-seize on these bolts before I'm done. Camera or not. Probably gonna be a shaky video because I got this sitting on this piece of plywood. You can see the brake fluid on the inside of the tire there. Seems like I've had, yeah, the brake drum off before, so that's not a big deal. Yeah, that wheel cylinder's shot. You can see where it's been leaking, and right, interestingly, looks nothing like the new one. I'm gonna go get those out and check that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're the same. I mean, they're about the same size, so feels like the same bolt pattern, and the hose or the line is facing the same direction, so I don't know why it wouldn't fit, so we're gonna go with it. These came from eBay. They're supposed to be Dorman wheel cylinders, although it doesn't say it on the box like the master cylinder does, so if they're actually Dorman, I don't know. Dorman wheel cylinders, they're at least assembled and packaged, I think, about 20 minutes from me, so I kind of like their stuff. They're 2 doors down from where I used to work, so I've got some quality stuff from there, and then I've got some not so quality stuff. And as you can see, it's actively dripping off the bottom of the pads as I'm talking. So I'm gonna go grab my brake clean and spray all this down, and we'll get to disassembling this. Alright, so at least the rear end feels tight. One thing that I do is I take my phone and take a picture of where the springs are and everything. These brake shoes look like new, so I was not worried about that. Somebody done the brakes on this car about 20 years ago, and it had all new hardware, and I'm sure it had wheel cylinders, but that was 20 years ago. It's also got all new hard lines and all new soft lines that I didn't do the hard lines. The soft lines I did, but and I also changed the front wheel cylinders about 6 months ago, and the master cylinder about 6 months ago, because both the front wheel cylinders were leaking, and the master cylinder was the original. I don't know how it was still working. So we'll get our brake clean out. I'm gonna kind of hose this out. I don't think there's no live spiders in here because I drive this car too much. Kind of hose that out like that. And now, where is it? Last year, I helped a friend of mine do the brakes on his truck on the rear, and it had drums. And we fought these springs for hours trying to get them back on. On his truck, though, it had the self-adjuster. It was a 97 or something. And so I bought this snap-on spring tool so I would never have to fight no springs again. And it's got this thing on the end. You take and slip it over the pin, take your springs off like that. Then you can spread the shoes. Don't forget to get your that just dumped brake fluid everywhere. Don't forget to get your little push pins. I can't remember what they're called. They were rusted into that. And then that heavy washer is stuck, so I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to remove the spreader bar. Maybe. It seems kind of stuck. We'll just leave that. I'm going to have to go get a rag and half-inch socket and maybe a 7/16 wrench for that line. Alright, so I got the brake line off. It came loose just fine. Now I'm going to take the bolts that hold the wheel cylinder on loose. Here's one of them. They're little short 5/16 bolts with a half-inch head. Like that. And then there's our junky wheel cylinder. Yeah. And it is just dumping brake fluid everywhere. I can show you. It's just shouldn't do that. Pull this rubber boot off. See what the and spray brake fluid everywhere. The piston still moves in it. Oh, there went the piston. Yeah, I've never had one do me like that before. And then there's the rubber O-ring. And the innards, the spring, and it's full of brake fluid. I've never had a wheel cylinder pop apart like that. Oh, ain't there supposed to be something that retains that? I don't know. I've never had a wheel cylinder just pop apart like that. The inside of it don't look that bad. It's shiny, but I got new ones. So now that I've made a big gigantic mess, get my can of brake clean. I think the pads will be okay. Car still stops. The brakes have never like quit working, but it's got a single master cylinder, and you don't want to have a leaking wheel cylinder with a single pot master cylinder. That will eventually kill you. Because your master cylinder will run out of brake fluid. So here's our new wheel cylinder. We'll compare it to the old one. It's the same thing, it's just a newer style. I'm going to go on ahead and stick it in here. Put the bolts back in it. And I apologize, I don't know how much of this you can see. Probably not much. Don't over tighten it, but don't leave it loose either. Alright, so I gotta go clean up our push pins on the pedestal grinder, and then I'm gonna get some anti-seize so we can put all this stuff back together. Alright, so I got the brake line put back on. I want to put a little bit of this on the inside of these pins. You know, that way it can get all over you and everywhere. There's that one. Alright, there we go. So now I can try to pull this back up and get it realigned with the spreader bar. So it's pretty well aligned with the spreader bar. So the yellow spring goes on first. This is how you use this end of the tool. It's got a little hook. Sometimes I get this on the first try and sometimes I don't. Like that. Then red spring. See, it always doesn't work there. Hang it. There. Make sure everything kind of moves. Alright, so now I can spray off the shoes. And wipe them down. If I'm real lucky, they'll be alright. They're pretty nasty, but and unfortunately these cars won't gravity bleed because the master cylinder is below the wheel cylinders. I'm trying to clean all of this that I can. There. Gotta clean up the drum. outside of this drum is coated with brake fluid. Well, apparently that one the shoe's out quite a bit. So we'll have to take a tool. Back the brakes off. Alright, so now we need to run them back out. Now that I've got the drum on. I've got to find the slot. I'm not going to show all of this. Alright, so the brakes are bled. Got them adjusted about like I want them. I'm trying to get this to where the bolts are in the right spot. This no longer has the locating dowels on the back drum.
And when you get that done, I got something I want you to help me with for a second.
Alright. I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on the lug nuts. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, about like that right there. Or these are actually lug bolts, these ain't lug nuts. not the right size. That's the right size. Now I can let it back down. And tighten them. Hubcap back on. And the first chance I get, put some air in this tire. Alright, so I guess that'll be it for this side. We'll go on and do the other side here in a minute. See what this side here looks like. Side here is just dry. I took that hubcap off. There was a big giant brown recluse behind it. That's the same amount of slack. Yeah, that boot's all dry rotted and busted. Yes, this side needs to be done too. This side's not leaking yet, but now that I've got full brake pressure, it won't be long. And I need to back that one off because it's too tight. I can move the car, and it is way too tight. It's getting dark, so I don't know how well y'all gonna be able to see this. Take our springs off. I'm probably gonna get made fun of for using the fancy snap-on tool. That was like 22 bucks. And as far as I'm concerned, it saved me a bunch of busted knuckles, and it was worth every penny. Try to get our push pins. She's starting to seep on this side. I can get the shoes to come out far enough to get the push pins. There's one. This side, the wheel cylinder is trying to come apart. Probably going to take the wheel cylinder off to be able to get that. There's no way I can get you a shot of in behind this. This side here is a little crustier. Yeah. Alright, so here's a new wheel cylinder for this side. I'm going to pop the little dust shield out of there. Line it up with the brake line. And that brake line's a little bit long. So I'm going to just leave it kind of sitting in there. Loosely start the bolts, and I forgot to do this on the other side. But you always want to leave your wheel cylinder loose until you get the line started. And I didn't do that on the other side, and I had to take it back loose. And that one started real nice on the first try. New can of brake clean. I need to clean a few things off. All right. Put this spring back on the spreader bar. Alright, so the narrow gap's going to go over here, and the wide gap's going to go over there. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on these again. Probably a very long, boring video here. And it's starting to get dark on me, but just a little bit of that on the push pins. Get them on here. And started onto the wheel cylinder. Like that. And we're going to bring the shoes up. Bring them in. Like that. I think yellow spring went over here. And don't forget the washer like I was about to do. It goes right there. Try to get all that pushed back. Red spring. I don't guess it really matters which one goes on there first. Ow. There. Like that. And that seems to be about what we want. I'm gonna go get a rag to clean this. Alright, so I forgot to film the end of this video the other day. And it's too cold to go outside and do it right now. I think it's about 22 out there right now, so I'm gonna just film it in here. Got the other wheel cylinder changed on the passenger side, and it went well. I think that was in the last clip I showed that. I didn't show putting the tire back on or anything, but got it on there, and brakes work just fine. They always have. I got a little bit better stopping now, it seems like. I think one of them was adjusted too far in, because it was I was having to pump the brakes way up to get it to stop real good, you know. So I guess that'll be about it for this video. I'm gonna do a video later on about everything I've done to the car since I've had it, and a review on that carburetor. The review on the carburetor. Since I put it on there, I got the wood stove. You can see it's pretty well about out. And then let me know if you want to see a video about the radio. This is the original radio out of that car there. Somebody put 12 volts to this radio and fried it. Most of the tubes were good, but most of them, a couple of them weren't. You can see it melted the capacitors, and it's a shame because this was the super rare auto seeking radio. You could hit that button and it would automatically find the strongest station, and it even blew the speaker out and melted it. So it toasted that radio pretty good. But I've got a radio in a parts car that I think is good. Let me know if y'all would like to see a video about getting that radio working, because I'm pretty sure it's alright. I don't think it's ever been 12 volted. And if it has, I'm gonna put it in that car and get one of those AM, FM, or not AM, FM, but one of those Bluetooth things that go inside of a old AM radio, so I can have Bluetooth. And I also fixed up the antenna for it. Let me know if you want to see a video about that. If not, I'm not going to do one, because I'm not going to do videos about radio things. It's not what this channel is about. This channel is about hit and miss engines and cars and tractors. So I guess that'll be about it for this video, and we'll see y'all in the next one.